Hey everybody, it's Bruce back with part 3 of this mini video series on Kiara's Pizza, right? So in videos 1 and 2, we added Bootstrap and we worked on our form a little bit using some Bootstrap classes. I showed you about margin and padding. Well, I showed you about margin. I showed you about the alert Bootstrap class and the shadow Bootstrap class. And again, some of those classes that you can apply to various elements, right? So the next thing I want to do is I want to create another page where we can see, again, this wouldn't be, say, for public use, right? But we'd be able to see all of our orders, okay? So let's hop into VS Code. I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to call it display orders.php. Display orders.php, and I am going to put in my my HTML, and then I'm going to say this Kiara's Pizza display orders, right? And I need to put in the Bootstrap stuff like we did before. So if I go to the order pizza.php page and I just copy this particular link to the Bootstrap style sheet, and I go to the order pizza, not the order pizza, the display orders, and I put that in there. And eventually, just so you know, we are gonna, break this design down a little bit, and I need to go and grab the JavaScript down here. We're gonna need that eventually when we add some Bootstrap navigation. So I'm gonna go back here, I'm gonna go right above the closing body tag, and I think we're ready to roll, okay? So remember, when we start off a Bootstrap page, you may have one container on your page, you may have multiple containers, it all depends. And sometimes you'll have fluid containers, as you saw in the first video, and you may have non-fluid containers, right, which get centered in the middle of the page, right, with some, space on the left and space on the right. So let's put in a container, right? And in that container, let's just put a row, a Bootstrap row, because Bootstrap has containers. In containers go rows, and inside of rows go columns, right? Column groupings. And for now, we're going to have one row, and we're going to have a 12 column division. Okay, we'll do more with this later. And then inside of here, I want to put a table, right? And inside that table, right, I want to have a table row, right? And let me just do this, right? And inside of that table row, we want to have a few different things, actually. We want to have a table heading that's going to contain the word actions, so we could update and delete our orders. And then we want to have, and I'm going to do it all. Let me see what VS Code does here. I want to have another one that displays the customer name, right? And then we'll do, TH. What else was in our order, by the way? We had the type of pizza, right? So we'll say pizza type, right? And then we'll say number, quantity, THQTY. And then we'll have, let's see, we have customer name, street, city. So we'll do, I keep doing that. We'll do street, and then we'll do table head city, right? And then we'll do, since we live in a metro area, we'll put our state in. That's why we have the state. And then I think we will have the zip, right? So table heading zip. And then finally, the payment method, right? Payment method, right? And that's going to create the, the table structure. Now, before we go any further, if we head on over to the Bootstrap documentation, and we look at our, let's go to our content, right? And do we have anything? Oh, look at that, tables. So Bootstrap has a lot of different classes that you can apply to your HTML to do different things, okay? The one that I'm going to use is, let me see which one. I'm going to use table striped. So what I need to do is I need to add a class equals table, and then table striped, okay? And then there's one other class I can add. So you have dark variants. You could do like hoverable rows, and you say table dash hover. So table dash hover, right? Table dash hover. If I go to this page, right? If I go to this page and it's called display, is it display orders or display records? Let's see, display orders, right? Display orders, display dash orders.php, right? Oops. Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? That's what we have so far, right? That's what we have, right? So let me just check one thing. Okay, let me just check one thing. Okay, so let's work a little harder here. So we have our container, we have our row. By the way, let's put in the column right above here. Let's say each one. We'll just say Kiara's Pizza open orders. Open orders. Okay, open orders. We have our table. We have our table row. We have, let me see, make sure, oh, guess what? I copied the wrong line for the Bootstrap. That's why. See? Let me go back, okay? I can't believe you people didn't tell me, okay? So let me link to the style sheet. I know some of you probably thought that, and you're like, okay, I wish I could let him know, right? So now when I go back to the page, right, it looks like that. Oh, good, much better, okay? So our job now is going to be able to connect to the database and display the orders, right, in the table. So we can do that with our friend PHP, and we're going to do it right in here, right? So we're going to put some PHP right in the table, right? That's going to generate PHP to display, right, table rows full of pizza orders, right? Pizza orders, right? We've done this before. So here we go, right? And actually, you know, what we could, well, we'll do it this way. Here we go. So let's echo out a table row, right? And then we'll put down here the closing table row, right? Table row, right? There we go. And again, we need some type of database query that's going to go and read all of those records, right, from the table, and then give us information back, right? So this particular page, we're going to, and I'm going to just put it up here for, where should I put it? Let me just put it right here, okay? PHP, require, right? And we need the include file for the database connection, right? We need that database connection. So let's go back, just make sure, yep, we're good, no errors, yay. So now we need to build, right, a prepared series of statements that's going to generate our query. So we're going to create an SQL string that's going to be select all columns from, right, from the name of the table. And I believe, let's go back, and I forgot, let's go to PHP my admin and look at Kiara's Pizza, and it's customer order, right? So we need to select all from customer order, right? So there's no additional clauses that we need, right? So then we need to create a prepared statement, right? Is going to be the connection to the database that comes from that DB Connect, and we are going to say prepare, right, that SQL, right? And we're going to put the semicolon there. Let's go back, make sure we don't have any errors. No errors, good. So the next thing we need to do is we need to say, hey statement, execute yourself. Call your execute method, execute, right? Just like that. And again, let's just check, make sure we're good. And now what we need to do is we need to get all the rows of data, right? So all the orders, right? We need to say, hey, statement, give us everything you got, right? Fetch all. Fetch all, right? Fetch all. And let's see what comes back. Here we go. No errors, we're good. So let's var dump dollar orders, and let's see what we got. Okay, so I have an array that has 14 objects in it, right? 14 objects, which is good because we can use for each to iterate through and display all of that data, right? So I'll just comment this out for now. And now what we need to do is we need a for each loop, and we need to say for the orders as dollar order, right? An order, like a pizza order, pizza, right? We need to like echo out a table data cell and a closing table data cell, right? And inside of there, right, we need to put in, right, the various bits of data. Now, the first cell, right, if you go back here, let me rerun this, right, is going to be the actions, right? And remember that I said that we're going to have, well, I may have not said it, right? We're going to have an update and a delete action in here, right? Update and delete. And whoops, guess what? I need to create a table row before I do this. Echo tr, that was fun, by the way. Echo tr, and echo a closing tr. Closing tr, right? Yes. And go back here. And there we go, right? So it's showing an update and delete for each one. And we're going to eventually turn these into links, but let's get the rest of the data in the table and go from there, shall we? All right, so we need to, in addition to the update delete, we need to get the customer name pizza type. So let's do that, echo, and we'll echo out a table data cell, right? And then we need from the order, right? We need the customer name. Oh, is it name? I think the column name was name. Right? Let's just, and we'll test this, right? Customer name, closing TD, right? And let's go back here and see what we get. Oh yeah, error. Dollar name. So order, and we're looking for the name column. So guess what? I'm just going to put this one back. Whee! And go over here and see what I got. So I got, let's see, quantity string, pizza type, customer underscore name. Customer underscore name. So we're going to change this to customer underscore name. Go back. I should have gotten rid of the var dump, but there it is, right? These are all that stuff we did when we were creating this, right? Garbage data, a technical term, right? So again, I'll comment out the var dump. I'm not going to get rid of it because I may need it, right? So we got the customer name, and what was the next one? The next one was pizza type and quantity. So actually, let's just do this. Let's R&D, rob and duplicate, right? Okay. So now the order, we need the, is it pizza type? Is that what it was called? Let's see. Actually, let's just look right here. Let's see, string pizza type. Yeah, look at that. Pizza type. Let's just keep going. Okay, pizza type. And then I believe it was quantity, which is, I believe, just QTY. And then we needed street, city, and state. I think we can just do this. Street, city, and did I forget? Let's say city, state, zip, right? City, state, right? So these are coming back as objects, and I'm getting the customer name property, the pizza type property, the quantity property, street, city, state, etc., right? And then we have, let's see, zip and payment method, right? So we should be good to go in a second. Payment, right? Payment underscore method, right? Payment underscore method. Let's reload, reload the page here. And look at that, we have our table. Oops, I forgot something. So I forgot something is wrong. I screwed up here. Let's see. Oh, Vancouver. I forgot the state. Did I order state? Oh, you know what's going on? You know what's going on here? We have customer name, pizza, type, city, quantity, street, city, state. Did I forget a closing? No. And then payment method. So what's going on? Let's see, cheese, quantity, street, city, state, payment method. So what's going on? Did I forget something? It looks, let's see, again, debugging is fun, and debugging is our friend. City, state. So we got the state here, and then we got, oh, did we forget the zip? We forgot the zip. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, yeah, I know you told me. All right, so let's put the zip in here, right? It's fun when I make mistakes, right? There we go. We got the zip. Remember, the state is something we added. Well, I forgot to add it, and then a student told me about it. So there we go. We have all of our records, right? So let's do this. Let's just, I'm gonna cut the video off here. And then you can like go back and watch it again just to make sure that we can do all this stuff. And you know something? I'm gonna just do something here before I stop the video. And I'm going to take all of this code right here, the code that generates well, you know something? I'm not going to do that now. We don't need to do it for this particular exercise. If you look at the customer record manager, you can see that I created a function to actually do all this stuff. But for now, I don't think we need it. All right. So thanks for watching part 3. I'll be back with part 4 in a little while.